For Theater 118, we address different concepts and how they are enacted, articulated, represented, and played on social media platforms. Today on 5 Minutes, I'm going to discuss two of these concepts, taste performances and the Bechdel test. I'm Gunnar Rask, and those concepts today on 5 Minutes. Do you know what a taste performance is?
Absolutely not.
Okay, can you fill out the paper then?
Yes.
What a taste performance is?
No.
Okay, alright, so can you fill out the sheet?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, do you know what a taste performance is?
No.
Okay, can you fill out the taste performances?
No.
Can you please fill out the paper? Know what a taste performance is?
No.
Okay, can you please fill out the paper?
Yes.
Do you know what a taste performance is?
No.
Okay, fill out the paper.
Do you know what a taste performance is? Do you know what a taste performance is?
No.
Do you know what a taste performance is?
No, no idea.
I asked 5 men and 5 women if they knew what a taste performance is. Then, I had them all fill out a questionnaire to simulate a taste performance. Then I explained to them, in Hugo Louis' paper, Social Network Profiles as Taste Performances, Louis describes a taste performance as a method where users perform on a social media platform an online identity of their tastes by actively posting lists of their cultural interests or tastes as an indicator of one's aesthetics. Louis' message is what users post controls the impression that user wants to portray on their audience. One example is on the social media website Facebook. Users post favorites on their profile page to represent cultural signs and a virtual representation as a controlled impression to their Facebook audience. Louis cited a study of over 127,000 MySpace profiles in his paper and compiled their data into taste statements and utilized for taste performance. The study found two main groups, as the graph shows, those who have popular tastes and those with obscure tastes, as the picture shows, the great popular concentration and the obscure outliers. Louis concludes that taste performances could potentially be deployed to track aesthetic and social trends in an online community in real time. Think about it. My next concept is the Bechdel test by Alison Bechdel. The test originated from a comic strip called Dykes to Watch Out For by Alison Bechdel, in the strip titled The Rule, shown here. Two women discuss seeing a film, but one woman explains that she only goes to movies that satisfy 3 questions. Question 1. The movie must have at least 2 women in it. Question 2. Who talk to each other? Question 3. About something other than a man. The women conclude that they can't find a movie fitting that criteria, and so they go home. The test is used as an indicator for the active presence of women in fiction and to call attention to the gender inequality in fiction. This graph shows Bechdel test data from 1974 to 2013, and although the inclusion of women in fiction is increasing, we still have a long way to go. Let's use some of the taste performance data I collected to try the test. Blaine Bambaka. Blaine listed his favorite TV show as Yellowstone, a show about a family's conflict with Native Americans in Montana. The show has all strong male lead characters, and the 2 women in the show, Beth and Monica, are appendages of their men. Thus, Yellowstone fails the Bechdel test. Yellowstone does a great job of representing Native Americans in the present, and not as creatures of a particular time, as Ward Churchill's paper addressed. But as for women in fiction, Yellowstone fails. When we examine our taste performance list, 80% fail the test and only 10% pass in film, whereas 50-50 on TV. Although a small sample size, the resounding conclusion from larger sample sizes indicate the lopsided gender inequality that women in film experience. The test helps open up the conversation of the lack of women in fiction. As writer Joe Light expressed, the test opened her eyes to gender stereotypes in media, and this awakening made her a better writer. So in conclusion, does your favorite film or TV show have 2 women who have a conversation not about a man? Think about it. Theater 118 has opened my eyes to the impact social media has on this and future generations. Hashtags such as hashtag #NoDAPL and hashtag BLM, along with the Mauna Kea protest, are all key examples of how social media is driving a force behind activism, regardless of your social economic status. The hashtag has power. That's my 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed my show.